Extra, extra! Stop the presses and pause your playlists. The gadget that revolutionized how we listened, danced, and walked through life with white cords in our ears is officially kaput. That's right, folks. Apple has discontinued the iPod, a cultural icon, gone the way of the Walkman, the floppy disk, and blockbuster video. But how did we get here? How did the sleek silvery jukebox in your pocket wind up on the clearance rack of history? Let's rewind the tape, scroll the click wheel, and take a look, shall we? The year is 2001. While the rest of the world is still burning CDs and lugging around binders of discs, a little company called Apple, yes, the one that makes those fancy computers for graphic designers, is about to change the world. Enter the iPod, a tiny brick of brilliance, with a mechanical wheel, a black and white screen, and a promise that shook the very soul of the music industry. 1,000 songs in your pocket. Holy jazz hands, Batman. That was unheard of. Up until then, portable music meant mixtapes and AA batteries. But now, you could carry your whole record collection in something smaller than a sandwich. The first iPods were for Mac users only. Yes, sir, it was an exclusive club. But by 2004, Apple kicked open the doors to Windows users, and suddenly everyone and their grandmother was rockin' to the beat. You had the iPod mini, small, stylish, and available in bubblegum colors. The iPodNano, slim as a stick of gum and slicker than a greased trombone. And of course the iPod Classic, the heavyweight champ, the Cadillac of MP3 players, with up to 160 gigabytes of pure, uncut tunes. And who could forget the iPod Shuffle? No screen, no problem. Just hit play and hope for the best. It was the musical equivalent of a coin toss, and we loved it. By the mid-2000s, iPods were everywhere. Joggers had them strapped to their arms. Teens had them stashed in hoodie pockets. And Apple? Apple was printing money faster than the US Mint. The iPod didn't just sell, it defined a generation. Those white earbuds became a symbol. You weren't just listening to music, you were part of the future. But oh dear listener, even the brightest flame must flicker. Because in 2007, Steve Jobs did it again. He stood on stage, held up a new device and said, "It's an iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator, the iPhone." And just like that, the countdown began. Why carry two devices when one can do it all? The iPhone could play music, stream videos, browse the web, take photos, make calls, text your cousin, order a pizza, and yes, even show you cat memes. The poor iPod, still clicking away, suddenly seemed like a relic. Apple tried to keep it alive. They updated the iPod Touch, made it look and feel like an iPhone, minus the phone part. But let's face it, by the 2010s, the iPod was living on borrowed battery life. And then came May 10th, 2022. Apple made it official. No more new iPods. The final chapter had been written. The iPod Touch was discontinued, and just like that, the product that started it all had met its end. No marching band, no fireworks. Just a quiet statement. The spirit of iPod lives on in all of our products. And maybe they're right, because while the iPod itself may be 6 feet under in the tech graveyard, its DNA is everywhere. Every iPhone, every streaming app, every Bluetooth earbud, they all owe a little something to that magical music-playing rectangle. So here's to the iPod, the tiny titan that turned commuters into rock stars, car rides into concerts, and pockets into portable discotheques. This has been the Ragtime Reporter, tapping out a tribute to the tech that taught us how to shuffle, scroll, and soundtrack our lives. Keep your music loud, your memories synced, and your batteries charged. Long live the iPod!